Hello there beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well. If you think this video is about to be a bashing video, I'm really hoping that's not what's going to happen. But I want to get into it. I'm going to be really real with you. I'm going to tell you why I won't be buying any Kylie skincare right about now. And no, not just because she's a billionaire princess who sees dermatologists on a regular with fillers, Botox, and all sorts that have her face looking snatched like a corset in a Victorian woman. No. Not only because my girl don't look like she's ever had acne, an acne breakout, or suffer from hyperpigmentation. Oh no, that's not the reason why. And no, it isn't because there are some people who have been out there and said that their skin has burnt. Some people said it's absolutely amazing. Some people are like, meh, it's not worth the money. No. I got my own reasons. I'm a true bloody product junkie, and I don't quite think the collection is gonna itch my scratch when it comes to using products that actually make a difference to my skincare needs. When it comes to hyperpigmentation, enlarged pores, texture, and maybe acne at times, I just don't think the products are gonna cut into it. So I wanna listen to what Kylie says from her own mouth, but I'm also gonna suggest some great alternatives. So let's get into this video. So first things first, I should probably tell you what's in the collection. It's sold out in 4 minutes, girl, get your coin, okay? I believe they will be restocking very, very soon. But what was in the set is you could get the Kylie Skin set, which contained all the products from the collection for a cool price of $125. In all honesty, I don't think that is a bad price for skincare. I probably have, and I'm not boasting on it, but my skincare collection, it's in the hundreds. It's definitely in the hundreds because I love skincare products. And as I said, I'm a product junkie, but that's sold out. And what it contains is facial wipes, which I did chest. It contains a foaming facial wash, a walnut face scrub, a vanilla milk toner, a facial moisturizer, a vitamin C serum, and an eye cream. So I get it. It's meant to basically be all your skincare needs in a routine, all in one pack. I want to tell you this, right? Aesthetics, everything. Setup, everything. Shoot, everything. Packaging, really pink, but I get it. It works. It all looks really, really good. Really, really professional. I don't think a coin was held back in making sure that this was fantastic visually. Okay. Product number 1 is the face wash. Oh, it's foamy. I like the fact that it's foamy. I like that. But let's not get carried away, okay? Foam is great. Does it actually do something? Let's not get gassed because you saw foam.
I went through a lot of samples to get the perfect.
I love the fact that she's just using soap here, but the forehead, which is usually quite acne prone, doesn't need a wash. Let's watch this. And eyelashes remain intact and on fleek.
Amazing and so refreshing. And the thing about this face wash is it doesn't strip your face. Sometimes when I use other face washes, after my face will feel super dry and like it just took all the life out of my face. This almost brings your face back to life. It's a very unique face wash. Okay, so now I'm just gonna pat my face.
She just put a little bit on the forehead. She says it doesn't strip the face and it feels very moisturizing. So let's get into those ingredients. So moving into the ingredients, the whole line is sulfate-free, paraben-free, SLL-free, cruelty-free, and all that good stuff free. I will give that a plus. But in this foaming facial wash, there are mild, gentle cleansing ingredients that are derived from coconut as well as glycerin. Now, I'm not mad at the cleansing ingredients, but I'm going to be honest, one of the reasons why I probably wouldn't pick it up is because in my cleansers, I opt for cleansers that are basically oil-based cleansers. I'm a cleansing balm kind of girl. This is how I want to take off my makeup. I'm not fooled by foam or smoke and mirrors. I like to use an oil-based cleanser, a cleansing balm to really melt my makeup off, and then use a face cloth, and then I go ahead and use a cleanser for a second cleanse that contains a bit more actives, and I usually go for something that contains salicylic acid or glycolic acids. I love my AHAs and BHAs. If you are someone who is acne prone or has large pores, I don't think a cleanser like this is going to do anything for you. You need something that is going to get into those pores, help them be declogged and reduce the size of those pores. And those ingredients, which I'm going to write below, potassium cocoglycinate and cocodamol benzoatine, can't say it properly, they are probably very gentle and aren't gonna really do much when it comes to actually pore cleansing. Also, the product contains glycerin, which has some controversy around it, and I personally do not use products that have a large amount of glycerin in them anymore. Glycerin is one of those crazy items that it feels really good at first, which is why she mentioned how soft and how moisturizing it feels. Yes, glycerin will fool you in that way. I used to make these like mixes of glycerin and water and rose water and used to use it as like a toner in my days of being into like natural hair stuff. And it was great at first. It feels really soft and moisturizing, because glycerin, which is actually glycerol and alcohol, is like this like goopy stuff, and when you mix it with water, but it's like basically a humectant. It draws water in, but as quick as it draws water in is as quick as the water within whatever it's in is drawn out. Over the long run, I find that glycerin can be more drying and irritating in hair care products and skincare products than you could ever think. And glycerin, some say, can actually rob your skin of its natural lipids by breaking down the oil, because it has a degreasing ability. So I'm not sure about that. All right, Kylie, let's go back into your routine, honey.
Be gentle with our faces, ladies. Oh. Now I'm gonna go in with my Walnut face scrub. I actually wrote all of these descriptions on the back, handwritten by Kylie. Our gentle yet effective walnut exfoliator is essential for achieving a fresh face. It is
Right, so this walnut scrub, I feel like this has had so much controversy, and it's probably because most of us left physical scrubs in 2009 with St. Ives. Like, hello, apricot scrub, walnut scrub, same thing. You decide. I love how this girl's forehead does not get wet. No product goes on forehead, but yet it's flawless, eyebrows intact, and mascara not leaking. So here's why I won't be getting this product. I don't mind exfoliants, but I do not use physical exfoliants. And as a woman of color, listen, physical exfoliants means micro tears, means micro scarring, means hyperpigmentation. Okay, the thing I'm always worried about the most is my skin is sensitive to, if I get a cut or if I get a spot, is a darkening afterwards. It's very common if you've got darker skin tone. And literally what you don't realize with physical exfoliants is that they have micro tearing abilities as you use that. Now, to be honest, according to the ingredients, it's super fine walnut powder, so I'm presuming that it's not like super scrubby like St. Ives or anything like that. Now, alternatively, what I use, I keep saying this, I use the same things. I like chemical exfoliants. I like salicylic acid. It can literally get into your pores and declog and take out the sebum and the debris and even bacteria up to a point. Or glycolic acid, which actually helps you to reduce the size of your pores. I use these in combination because I have large pore prone skin, like literally around my nose. I have to do my treatments. I have to do that. And back in the day, I used to think that a scrub like this was going to help me. Like, hopefully I can scrub the texture off. No, okay? It's process of using the right ingredients together, and I know this ain't gonna do anything. And if, as I mentioned, if you are someone who has acne, hyperpigmentation, large pores, actual problem skin, I feel like this would be a waste of 125 pounds for you, or $125, because basically it's not active. Like, where's the active ingredients? Where's the AHAs? Where's the BHAs? Although there are some products that are active. Let's see what this vanilla milk toner is saying.
It really is.
Actually, what is good about a physical exfoliant is that it can help to like speed up the removal of those dead skin cells that you have on top. But, you know, a good alternative is probably a facial brush. I use a facial brush maybe 2 or 3 times a week, like the Clarisonic or even the Vanity Planet. Those are physical exfoliation that I like. Even the Foreo, which is actually quite sensitive and it's made of like rubber little fingers, that works really, really well. Over getting micro tears, no. Microaggression product, no.
Secret. Delicious. It's very fast and easy to use toner. This really helps me remove any surviving makeup after my foaming face wash. So this really helps just ensure that my face is as...
By the time you have scrubbed, face wiped and all that stuff, I don't know why you should still have makeup on your face. But again, this is why I use a cleansing balm and then a really deep cleanser. But we need this toner. How many people, let me know in the comments, many of you guys still use a toner? Now, the thing about toners, I'm sure that they were all about restoring the pH of your skin. So if your skin, it should be super neutral. And if you had, you know, slightly acidic skin or using products that were maybe slightly acidic or slightly alkaline, toners are there to like rebalance your skin out. Similar to like a neutralizing shampoo after relaxer. That's what that's for. This toner here, it's got apple fruit extract, an antioxidant that helps improve the look of the skin, squalene, okay, it's a moisturizer, avocado oil, sodium hyaluronate, more oils. So basically, it's kind of like a moisturizing toner. I'm not using any toner that doesn't tell me about rebalancing the pH of my skin, and if it doesn't contain like one of my beautiful acids that make me soft and shiny or contain hyaluronic acid, I'm not using it. This product made me angry, and by the looks of it, a lot of people weren't in love with it.
After my toner, I'm gonna go in with my vitamin C serum. All you really need to do is apply a single pump. I'm actually gonna go crazy today and do 2. And it's for every day. Right when you put it on, it immediately like soaks into your skin. That's what I love about this one. Vitamin C is an antioxidant, so it really helps brighten your complexion.
You can kind of see she didn't quite know what was going on.
After that, I will use
those jump cuts were in there because they're like, Kylie, you need to say more about that vitamin C product. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Vitamin C, I keep talking about glycolic acid and salicylic acid, but vitamin C is something that I live and die by. I believe that if you suffer from hyperpigmentation and if you are darker skinned, it is something that really helps with brightness and really breaking down hyperpigmentation. I've used it for so many years. Vitamin C is basically L-absorbic acid, and it is really unstable once it hits air. So I've always been very is that really any good? Really any good? Because anytime people put vitamin C on products, usually it's not going to be active because it's in a form that is unstable. So it loses its value very quickly. But there are like 3 key products that I love when it comes to vitamin C. Body Shop used to do the vitamin C powder. You get the powder, you pop it in, you use it for 10 days. You're not allowed to expose it to air. And in 10 days, your skin would be like bling. Your skin would bling. That ish work. Clinique have one. They're also in a little, what's it called? Like a little bullet, let's say, right? It's expensive, but that ish works so well. And Sunday Riley, she has a vitamin C that's in an oil, and so it's a little bit more stable in that formula, and she uses a different derivative of vitamin C. Vitamin C will change your life and will change your skin and will make you glow. This version seems okay. I don't know what the percentage of vitamin C is. I don't know what's in there. If I'm paying £28, I need to know how much vitamin C have I got in? 2%, 1%, 10%? How active is it? I want to know the pH. What's in here? What's the pH? I'm not going to hate this because I think vitamin C is really good to have in your skincare routine. And if this collection is about helping people have a skincare routine, then actually this is a sick one to have in there. And I think I would buy this to test out and see how well it works. Oh, She's not a hater. And finally, the moisturizer.
And this moisturizer is my base for my makeup right now. This makes my makeup look flawless every single time. I'm just gonna pump. I'm gonna do like 2.5 squirts. This feels, there's no scent in there, so it just smells like all the natural ingredients.
Okay, fragrance free. Fragrance free. There are some products which I didn't mention have a fair few amount of fragrance in it. I don't use products that have a lot of fragrance in it. I'm gonna be honest with you, the moisturizer looks all right. Looking at the ingredients, not for $24, I'm not buying it. It's got shea butter. I love shea butter. And I think it's got banana leaf extract, oat bran extract. Oats are really good as well if you have sensitive skin. I actually think this is a really decent, moisturizer. This looks kind of good. I like the ingredients on this moisturizer. The question I have is why I won't be buying it. I won't be buying that product probably because of the price. $24 is a lot for just a moisturizer. Ooh, that doesn't have SPF. So if this is what you put on before your makeup, babes, where's your SPF? Where's your SPF? That's why I'm not picking this up.
Apply it right under my eyes. Could definitely cover up a late night partying, or even if you just stayed up late.
I don't know how it's going to cover up anything when it doesn't contain foundation. Let's not make big claims. But I like the idea of using an eye cream. I use the eye cream not in the day, because actually some eye creams can make your eyes look a little puffier. I don't use it in the day. I do use an eye cream at night. Let's have a look at these ingredients over here. Caffeine, yeah. Tea tree extract, yeah. Vitamin E, vitamin C, shea butter, jojoba oil. The products in there are cute. Very moisturizing, mate. Very moisturizing. Maybe your eyes won't be so dry once you stop baking. I've told you guys this, that baking is the thing that nobody should ever do. I made that mistake for so long, and since I've stopped baking, the wrinkles under my eyes have literally faded into oblivion. Baking is from the devil. But yeah, a good eye cream. Would I buy this eye cream moisturizer? Yes. Would I? Is it going to be better than my Estee Lauder? Like, no, it's not going to be better than my Estee Lauder.
This is a quick fix.
But for a basic product, yes. But her making claims like, oh, it's going to like depuff and hide a late night. I don't think so. There's no pigment in that.
I know you guys have also been asking for a skincare routine for a really long time, and I wish I could have shared this earlier, but I'm so happy that you guys can get your hands.
And the reason why she didn't share a skincare routine this entire time was because she knew she was going to have product to sell. Why does she mention any other real skincare products? Give us the tea. Give us the tea. When she knows she's going to make some money on this. Am I a hater? Not really. Am I mad at it? No. Make your coin, Kylie. There are going to be girls who are going to buy. It's sold out. They bought it. They bought it. I think it's going to be one of those things that she'll probably add more products to the collections. And I think there's going to be some hot products. I think there will be a product that contains SPF, and I'll be really interested to see what that product looks like. I think there will be a cleansing balm. There should be a cleansing balm. Hello. A micellar water solution. Why not? And I think that feedback is always valuable. Like, all we're doing is giving her the information on how to basically make the collection even better, so she can add even more money to the billions. So yeah, that's why I won't be buying anything from the Kylie collection. I've dropped in some of my alternatives that I actually do like and what I do when it comes to my skincare routine. I'm going to be honest with you. Her collection for $125, I actually don't think it's that bad. I have products alone that are £65, which is like $80, like single products that are that big. But I know that they work and I know that they're active. And I don't mind spending money on products I know is going to have me looking, glistening like a ray of sun. Alright guys, I am done. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. In the meantime, I will catch you all later. Bye.